This Easter, I want us to remember why Jesus got crucified in the first place. Now, I can go really deep and tell you why his crucifixion and why his death had to happen in order for us to be forgiven. But I want to go all the way back to the most basic part of it all is that there were more people that hated Jesus and wanted to see him dead on the cross, wanted to see him cursed, wanted to see him humiliated, than people who loved him. Even though we know that when he was on this earth, he created so many miracles, performed so many miracles that they couldn't even write it down. They said it wouldn't fit in the Bible. It couldn't be fit into a book. That's how many miracles he performed. That's how many people he saved, how many lives he changed. And yet when it was the most important time for someone to speak up and say, do not do this, everyone was silent. No one helped him. No one spoke up because there were so many more people that hated him. Okay? That is not much different than what is going on today. The lovers of Christ, the people who love God and want to fight for God and want to say the right thing, are hated amongst the world. And I want to tell you why. Firstly, I want to tell you in the most basic kind of way, okay? It is said, any psychology book will say it, if you hate someone for no reason, it is because there is something in that person that you see in yourself. And that one thing that you see that you have in common with that person, you hate about yourself. And so you channel all that hate into that person instead of changing it in yourself. And I want you to listen to this verse. First, you have to know that Jesus himself commanded us to love thy brother and sister. He said, love thy neighbor. Why would he say to do that? Because we are all children in Christ. We all make mistakes. And even if someone goes against you, even if they do something that you do not like, you shouldn't hate them. You should pray for them. First, I want to share with you. In 1 John 3, verse 13, he says, dear brothers and sisters, do not be surprised if the world hates you. Then again, in John 15, Jesus himself says these words when he is commanding us. I believe John 15 was written before 1 John 3. So John 15 verse 18, Jesus himself is speaking and he's commanding us to love each other. This is what he says. If the world hates you, remember that it hated me first. And he wants us to remind ourselves that if you are amongst the world, amongst the sinners, amongst people who will do just about anything to get their way, to be on top, they'll step on you just to be on the top, then of course they're going to hate you because you have God living inside of you. And Jesus had the actual God himself, the Almighty. He was the Son of God. And everyone knew it. He shined so bright that everyone wanted to dim his light. He shined so bright that everybody hated him and resented him because he showed us everything that was wrong with our actions. And he said, you can do better. And he made it so clear to everyone that you could do better. You could fight temptation just like I did. That they hated him for it and they wanted him dead. So this Easter, I want you to love your brother and sister. Not just who you have in your household. Love thy neighbor as if they were your brother and sister. Pray for your enemies. And you will see that God does live in you. And you will feel better about yourself. And then you can actually self-reflect and see, wow, why did I dislike this person so much? Okay, there are so many people who are suffering and they feel completely outcasted, like the black sheep of the world. Because people hate on them just because they show them what they hate about themselves. We should not have any hate for ourselves. If we feel guilty, there is a reason. So you need to self-reflect and stop taking out your own misery on other people. Instead, love each other. Love each other despite their flaws. Love each other despite what they have done against you. And you will see yourself grow in ways that you never even imagined.